Hello there and welcome to another edition of the Holiday and Cruise Clinic, the only programme on television that's purely dedicated to answering your holiday, cruise and travel related questions. So if you have one, a query or a dilemma, here's how easy it is to get in touch with us. Our website is www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Just go to the clinic page, click on there and send us your questions to us through the website. You can also email us directly to clinic@holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk or write to us by post to the Holiday and Cruise Channel, Cavendish House, Brighton Road, Liverpool L22 5NG. Now, did you know that in recent years there's only one type of holiday that has continued to grow in popularity? Last year, a staggering 1.7 million of us took to the seas to take a cruise, and it's an industry that's quite literally booming in popularity. Every year we're seeing more and more cruise ships launched, always bigger and better, with more modern facilities appealing to all ages and all budgets. One of the key players who continue to revolutionise the world of cruising is MSC Cruises, and I'm delighted to be joined by MSC's Director of Product, Oliviero Morelli. Good afternoon to you. Welcome along.
Thank you for having me.
It's good to hear you and learn about what that you do for a living precisely. And it's always good to meet people from other countries to give us an idea of how we're getting on in the UK with bits and pieces as well. So what was your introduction to cruising?
Well, I've been into the shipping business all my life. I'm the fourth generation in my family. From my great-granddad to me, we've all been working in the port, and I decided I wanted to do something different instead of containers, and I wanted to try to work with people, so cruises. And I've been now 5 years here in the UK working for MSC Cruises as a product director, so I look for all the products and I'm sure that everything is up to date with our competitors.
And is the kind of career that you thought it would be, compared, people compared to goods? What was it like?
I wasn't expecting it, but I love it. I love cruising, I love the cruises, I love the company, and the trade here is big fun.
Okay, brilliant. So MSC Cruises, you're one of the bigger players in the cruise market, which, as we just said, is growing and growing all the time. What kind of thing do you offer that the other cruise lines don't, for example?
Well, we take great pride of our heritage, our Italian heritage and Mediterranean heritage. So we've tried to make a product that it's catering for all the kind of guests. It's not too luxury, but it's not too theme park kind of like. We love our inside of the ship, but we like also our guests to have fun, enjoying our amazing cuisine. Of course, the Italian, we love to eat. Who am I lying to? So it's a mix of everything. It's different.
Apparently there's a club in Italy called the Italian Slow Eating Club, where you take your food over the period of about 6 hours and enjoy every little morsel of it.
That's something that we do. We stay at table for many hours, and that's something that you can do on a cruise, of course.
Absolutely. Well, eating and food and entertainment is one of several things very close to my heart, so I'm interested to know more about that kind of thing. But the kind of people who you would meet on an MSC cruise, describe your typical kind of customer or client.
Well, the interesting thing is that we have 45 offices around the world. That means 45 different nationalities. Then, of course, if you're sailing from Southampton, with one of our ships based out of Southampton, 40% of the guests will be British. So in that case, it's a more domestic feel to your holiday. All the products are catered directly for the British passenger, so the entertainment. While if you decide to go on a Mediterranean cruise or Caribbean, South Africa, South America, that are a range of product, that's a more international feeling, a different ambiance. So you can meet people from Japan, China, Mexico, America, Australia.
I think that's one of the reasons for going on a cruise, actually, as well as all the eating, the drinking, the entertainment, visiting some wonderful countries. The people can make or break the cruise for you, can't it?
Yeah, you can make new friends. I mean, you will never expect in your holiday to meet somebody from so far away, and then you can do it on a cruise that is not even so far away from where you expect to go.
Everyone I talk to about cruising, it's always been the standards very high. That the entertainment is very good. But it has to be that level, doesn't it? Because it's hugely competitive. You, in the short time you've been involved, must have seen some incredible changes.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, at the moment, the level it's on the same level of some Vegas show or Broadway show. The amount of effort that the staff puts on board for the show, it's astonishing. If you think that all the entertainers, they have to be screened by our offices and then they go through training, etc. Not all of them are shows at the end. And what happens on board, it's incredible every night, and people love it.
So where does your inspiration come from then? Where do you get the ideas to put on these wonderful glamorous shows and decorate the ships in the glamorous way that they're done as well?
Well, not everybody knows, but MSC Cruises is a privately owned company. That means that one single family owns the company, and all the family is involved in the business. For example, because you ask, the inside of the ship, the paintings and the drapes and the colors are all chosen by the wife of our owner, Nissa Ponte. It was incredible if you think that a woman at the top of our company will take the time to go through every single color, every single frame that we do. And so it's with the entertainment they're chosen by the family.
That sounds more like a full-time job. It's hard enough getting some inspiration to work out how to paint your living room, but
yeah,
going through a fleet of ships, wow, that must be. How many do you have? How many ships?
At the moment, 12.
Okay, well, so that is quite. And are they all the same, or are they decorated differently?
They have some tones of color that are different, of course. Some of them are bigger, some of them are medium size, some of them are really big size. And they all have a different theme linked to classical music or linked to other things that we Italians love.
Does that fit in where the ships will go, or do they all basically go to the same ports of call on the way around?
As I said before, we do have ship more or less in every corner of the world. I mean, the world is becoming smaller as our fleet becomes bigger. So at the moment, on the Mediterranean, we're one of the biggest players, and the same in South America and in the Caribbean. We're in the UK, we're in Dubai, we're going to be next year from Sharm el-Sheikh. So literally, we're trying to cover all the dots.
So what do you think has, I'm sure it's difficult to single-handedly put down in a few words what has created this huge journey and this huge growth in cruise holidays, but what gives you an idea as to why people are taking them now as opposed to just a poolside holiday or a beach holiday maybe?
Well, that's a really interesting matter. Of course, the typical package holiday is where the cruise is born. The cruise is more the future kind of holiday as I see it. The idea to travel away from your home, pack, unpack, enjoy whenever you are. In the cruises is different because you have a wider range of choice. Just packing and unpacking once, you can actually visit up to 7 countries or even more if you're taking a longer duration cruise. The shows are at your doorstep, so is the restaurant, and so is the stroll by the shops, etc. So I think I see the cruise as an evolution of the typical package holiday.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people write to me and ask me if we can tell them a lot of information about various questions, and one of them is the dress code. What's the dress code going to be like? A lot of people say, is it very formal? Do I have to get dressed up every night?
Everyone can find its own kind of cruise line depending on what they want to do on board. Let's say you just want to be relaxed, you have your freestyle NCL kind of holiday when you can be every night dress as you wish. You have your 3-star where you can be more relaxed. Then of course you have in the middle, like MSC is 4-star, where we only have 1 night of formal night, and everybody likes to dress up just for 1 night, just to make your missus happy maybe. And then of course there's the luxury where it's always a bit more uptight.
Yes. So Oliviero, then in your personal experience as Director of Product, I'm introducing you as. Well, tell me a bit more about what that means. What's your responsibility?
Well, now I need to make a good impression. No, what we do, we are the lens for our company for the UK market. So we need to go around and check, first of all, the competitors and the likings of our guests. If they want something new, if they want something different, what they like, what they don't like, and then balance our price with the product that we offer. It's something on a daily basis. It's a battle.
You've got to come up with the ideas then, basically, have you?
Yeah. Thank God I have a great team. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Personally going around the world.
Yeah.
What a fantastic job that would be. Yeah. Checking out the competition. And it can't be just other cruise lines that you're getting inspiration from. There must be other areas of the world where you get inspiration for things to do and the way it looks and feels.
Yeah, sometimes it's just like the most simple thing, waiting at a check-in of an airline or getting a train or checking in an hotel. Since a cruise is much more than just a ship that floats with people on board, but it's a wider experience. You have everything from hotel and transport and excursion. Everything can give you idea on how to better your product and make it more people friendly, which is... Because
we're a bit fickle, aren't we? Let's face it, basically, as holiday makers, and I include myself in this, is that, sometimes you'll think, can't be bothered getting off the ship today. Might stay in the port or might stay on the ship maybe and just do nothing, and it's important that you cater for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, the destination is becoming the ship. If you see the sizes of the new ship launched by Royal, the Oasis and the Allure, I mean, everything you can possibly want is on board. I know that you're visiting beautiful places and every morning you touch a different port, but sometimes you don't need to go ashore because you can literally find everything you want on board. And this is what all the cruise lines are aiming at. Some with a smaller size, some with a bigger size ship, but they're all looking to do the ship as a destination.
Okay, well, stay there because I want to find out more about some of these destinations and some of the wonderful things you can still occupy yourself with and enjoy your cruise holiday in a few moments' time. But I need to tell you about our two handy cruise guides. First of all, here they are. Guide to family cruising and maybe the first time guide to cruising as well if you're still new to cruising. They're both available free of charge. All you have to do to grab a copy of either or both is give us a call. 0871 423 4444 is our usual number. Calls will cost 10p a minute from a BT landline, and calls from other networks and mobiles as usual may vary. You can also request a copy through our website, by far one of the better ways of doing it, www.holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Have a look at some of the other things we're doing online on the website as well. So while you're doing that, we'll take a quick break and see you back here in a few minutes' time. Hello there, welcome back to the Holiday and Cruise Clinic, where today we're cruising with MSC Cruises and we're talking to Oliviero Morelli. Welcome back to the programme, Oliviero. Now, as Director of Product, you can give us a little bit of an inside knowledge on cruising and possibly when is the best time to book your cruise, because something we don't talk about that much, there is a seasonal aspect to cruising, isn't there? And for getting your money's worth, there is a good time and a not as good time to book your cruise.
Yeah, for sure. Depends really what kind of customer you are. If you have a family, if you have a big family, you really have to start to look at your cruise much in advance. That's because not everybody knows that there's not many family cabin on a cruise and they're the first one to go.
Right, okay.
So if you have your children and your wife, it's already 4 of you and you want all to be in one cabin, you might as well look booking 8 months to 10 months in advance.
And that would be for the times when children are off school during the holidays, that they would be the times when things would...
Yeah.
Despite having as many ships as you have, the demand is still there then, you can fill them up very quickly.
Yes, for midterms, for the family cabins, and MSC Cruises does children sail for free up to the age of 18, so they're the first one to go.
And whereabouts do we go to book our cruise, do you think? Do we have a look online? Do we go to a travel agent in the high street? Or what's the best way of doing it?
The good thing is that nowadays we're everywhere. you can look online, as the majority nowadays does. If you're more of a high street shop kind of person, you can go to your high street or one of the many cruise specialists that there are around.
I mean, people tell me when they write to me that for one, they have to they like to have a nice relationship with the people on board the ship, that they know they're welcomed and they know what their preferences are when they go on the ship. It's the same way when they have booking their holiday as well. Quite often they have a relationship with the travel agent, or maybe possibly a relationship with the travel agent they've never met, though. They might just deal with them on the phone. But it's important to have that if you're a little bit unsure about exactly what you know, if you're not as experienced. I mean, yes, our guides will help you, don't worry about that, but we can always advise people to get as much information about their holiday before they book it.
Yeah, it's true. So you don't have any surprises and you leave no space whatsoever to any sort of complaint. Then of course everything can happen, but it's good to put the people in the right track. No need to lie. If they're not going to be in love with that cruise line, don't try to sell it, but just go with the kind of feel.
Okay, so we've booked our holiday, we're ready to go. What sort of extras do we need to think about? You know, once we've paid our holiday, are we going to be paying any more, or are there all-inclusive deals we can have?
Well, again, it's good. I can give you some tips. The best thing to do is look online for excursion packages and drink packages, because that's the main expenses you will have on board if you already paid your cruise. Many times MSC, as other cruise line, we do promotion including certain packages, but if that's not your case, then look online on the website of the cruise line and you can check. There's a huge variety of packages that can lower the cost of a beer package or wine package or an excursion package.
So there's a bit of negotiation potentially there, is there?
Yeah, we still like the bat a little bit.
Okay.
If you buy 4, you get 1 free, or
you know us Brits aren't very good at doing that, don't you?
Yeah, but that's good because our staff on the phone are, so they can help you out. If you're a bit of a explorer and you want to take 3 excursions, you have a special prize. If you're a bit of a drinker and you want to have 1 pint more, we're going to help you out with that as well.
Because it's much better if you don't have to worry about who's buying a round on board, and you know you bought 2 rounds last night, and what, you know, and nobody's bought you any back. If it's all inclusive, it's much better in that respect often.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to go really 360 covered, there are all-inclusive drink packages, and once you got that, I think you're sorted. You don't need anything else anymore.
And if you are booking, don't forget to say that Oliviero said that I need to negotiate with you.
They're gonna kill me in the office.
To get a cheaper holiday.
Yeah.
Okay, well that brings me on to the subject. There's a bit of a sticky subject, but one we get a lot of letters about here at the station, and that is tipping. And it's another thing that we're a little bit unsure about as Brits. So what's the Italian angle on this then?
Our angle, more than Italian, I mean, we've tried to be as fair as possible. The problem with tipping is that the rule before it was that whenever you wanted to tip the person that was helping you, or at the end of the holiday, you know, in the envelope, like the old style, only the person that actually had contact with the guest was receiving the tipping. But if you think that there is 1,000 personnel on a 4,000 guest ship, and you only see 50, 100 of them, there's all of people doing the job in the back that they're not gonna get any tipping. So we're trying actually to regulate it, getting all the tipping and then in a pot, let's say, and then divide it through all the department of the ship, and we think it's much more fair like this.
Because despite what you might think, folks, working on a cruise line and a cruise ship is not a particularly easy job, is it? You know, everybody works very hard.
Yeah.
They're doing work every day. There's very little rest for them, isn't there?
And sometimes it's 24/7, really.
Yeah, and obviously the standard, as we've just been talking about, is absolutely fantastic. You know, entertainment, food, layout and everything like that, and the people who are working there to make sure your holiday is as good as it can be, all like to be, you know, well looked after and know that your gratitude is welcome. So that's good. Excellent. Okay, so that's got one lucky thing out the way there to do with tipping. It's always a bit of a subject to discuss. MSC Cruises, European cruises have a quite interesting schedule, don't they? Because a lot of people, again, write to us on the programme and talk to us about oh, we don't want to fly there, where else can we go? There are some UK departures, aren't there?
Yeah, of course. We're based in the UK with the office, and we love the UK. We've been here now for nearly 7 years, sailing from all the coast. First we started in Dover, then we moved to Harwich, we tried Tilbury, and it's been 2 years now that we're based out of Southampton, where all the big guys are, to show us around and to compete and to enjoy the infrastructure that the Port of Southampton has. Plus, this year we're trying as well Port of Tyne, we're trying some port in Scotland, but our main departure is through May to September from Southampton.
Okay, I mean that must be quite impressive when you've got a number of ships there in Southampton. It must look fantastic.
Yeah, when they all parade together.
And of course, when you do your the leaving of port, which is very a little celebration, isn't it? Really, in its own on board a cruise ship, you've got such a wonderful heritage that you're leaving behind as well when you leave from Southampton.
Yeah. The Port of Southampton historically is the cruise port in UK, and we're glad, we're lucky actually that we can sail.
Okay, so we're on board, we're enjoying our fantastic entertainment. The ship looks beautiful. What's your attitude towards family cruising on board MSC, and whether you advise people who don't have children not to go, or children who do come with families, are they well behaved and kept out certain areas perhaps?
Children and well behaved is usually a sentence that doesn't go much together. No, but of course, as everything, there is a place and time for everything. If you want a family holiday, if you have children and you want your children to play with other children, make friends and run around with the millions of activities that you have on board the ship, then midterm or any ship in the summer from the Mediterranean, July and August, I would say is the more family oriented kind of cruise. If you are just a couple and you want to enjoy a little bit more of relaxation, maybe a cruise to the fjords or to the Baltic or something in the Caribbean, can live a little bit more of quiet. Yeah,
so your departure time is quite important. And just briefly give us a little idea for 2013 and the rest of this year for new things you've got coming up.
Well, the newest of the things that we have, of course, is the Red Sea. We will start in November sailing from Sharm el-Sheikh, and we will have an amazing itinerary through all the historical in the beaches in Egypt and around. And something new that we're doing as well is the Southern Caribbean. We've already been in the Caribbean before, but the South Caribbean is our new product from Antigua.
Brilliant. Okay, well thank you, Oliviero, for telling us all about MSC Cruises today. And a quick blast for our Holiday and Cruise Channel guides, 0871 423 4444, or go onto the website holidayandcruisechannel.co.uk. Well, that's all we have time for on today's edition of the Holiday and Cruise Clinic. My thanks again to Oliviero Morelli from MSC Cruises. Most of all, thanks to you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye.